I love a good video game sale. Who doesn't love a sale? And luckily, the next sale for PSVR2 has just kicked off. November savings is on the PS Store, and if you've been looking for any PSVR2 games, there are quite a few on sale right now that might just catch your eye, and today I'll be going over the couple of games that I think deserve a mention. This is for the UK store, but if it's applicable to the US store as well, I will check and I'll put down the pricing of the US version as well on screen. Before we begin, only 25% of you are actually subscribed to the channel, so if you find yourself here often and would like to sub, please feel free to do so. Kicking us off, a PSVR2 classic is Resident Evil 4. The Gold Edition is on sale right now, which gives you the PS4 and PS5 version. The PS5 version is the one applicable for VR, and that is £27, down from £45. When looking at sale price history, this is the average price for it to really come down to, whether it's the normal or Gold Edition. They usually sit at about £25, so this is usually the best you're going to get unless you're going secondhand in a physical format. It's one of the best PSVR2 horror games and best PSVR2 games out there in general. It won my VR Game of the Year last year for very good reason, so if you've been holding out on another sale for that, here you go. Next up, if you've been waiting for a sale on Into the Radius, it is 25% off at £18.74, down from £24.99. This is seriously in the running for best PSVR2 port of the year for me. It's honestly fantastic. I loved it from start to finish. We've done a full playthrough of it on the channel, which shows that I really enjoyed it, and it puts you in a situation like the Stalker games, where you head into an anomaly with limited resources and try and complete missions where you fight for your survival. Genuinely really good game and good sandbox to play around in, and very, very tense, so please do check it out. Madison VR is down by a tenner to £21, and that is 30% off. The scariest game on PSVR2 in my opinion. It also looks absolutely fantastic with zero mirror whatsoever compared to other dark games that I've played. I really don't know how the devs pulled that off. It is genuinely fantastic looking, and one of these days, again, I do need to finish it. Things are just too busy, and also it's too scary, but I will beat it one day. Crossplay competitive shooter Breaches is down from £24 to £17.49. This is 30% off, but also if you have PS Plus Premium, you'll be getting this game for free, I think, from what I can see. It's just got its competitive update a couple months ago, and is getting further seasons, maps and balance changes, as well as a rework to the rappel system. So they're doing a lot of work on this one. It gets constant updates and an active player base, especially in the competitive scene. If you're looking for a competitive PSVR2 game, this is one that should be right up your street. A physical accessory you can get on sale for your PSVR2 are VR Rock lenses. You can get 10% off with my discount code in the description below, and they are the sponsors of today's video. They're a channel sponsor for a very long time. I have the lenses on my PSVR2. You can pick between prescription or non-prescription lenses, anti-blue light and anti-glare filters, and either pick a magnetic or non-magnetic option. If you want to keep your PSVR2 lenses safe, VR Rock has you covered and will give you peace of mind. Please give them a visit at www.vrrockstore in the link in the description below. And thank you to them for supporting the channel and being the paid partner of today's video, allowing me to deliver you content like this. Next up, Walkabout Mini Golf is down from £11.99 to £8.39. This is genuinely one of the best PSVR2 games, and although there is a ton of paid DLC for it that is worth getting, the base game also has a great amount of maps with loads of detail and is really fun, especially online with friends. It's also, I think, got a pocket edition now, so you can play in VR with people who are on phone, I believe, which is crazy. For this price, it's an absolute steal, and I'd really recommend it. Although again, if you've got PS Plus Premium, I believe it's on there too. A really underrated PSVR2 game that is on sale right now is Vampire the Masquerade Justice, down to £16.24. This is a bit like Saints and Sinners meets Batman Arkham Shadow in terms of its gameplay and story, but it's set in Venice. You're a vampire, you're uncovering a mystery, you're parkouring around, doing stealth, using vampire abilities. Genuinely a really good time, and the footage you're seeing on screen right now is not representative to how it runs or looks in the headset. The social screen recording is completely scuffed on this one. It's why I didn't do a playthrough of it, because honestly this is just horrendous to watch, but it's not indicative of the actual game. The actual game is great. Vertigo 2 is also on sale at £16.24. This might be one of the first sales it's got on PSVR2, and at this price I'd comfortably recommend it. It is a really, really good story game for PSVR2. Unfortunately, it's just not the best port. When it came out, the performance was pretty alright. At the moment, in its current state, it seems like the patches have made it worse, and unfortunately Vertigo games have not looked into fixing any of the issues, it seems. It's also not really got a good use of PSVR2 features, which sucks to say, but the story and the gameplay is so good. So if you can handle some choppy frame rates and a bit of jank here and there, I think this is a good price to give it a go. If you've got the free game Epic Rollercoasters, all of its DLC packs are on sale for £7.11. The Rollercoasters are kind of a one and done situation, but if you like that sort of thing in VR, please do take a look. Resident Evil 7 Gold Edition and Village Gold Edition are bundled together for £24 as well. This is usually £65, that's a very good deal. It's unclear whether or not Resi 7 is going to get a PSVR2 port at any point. We did have a leak about it a couple weeks ago, but I think that might have just been a mock-up error and not actually indicative of the actual gold edition being brought to PSVR 2, but a man can dream. Either way, this price also includes Resi Village, and that's worth the entry fee alone, I'd say, and it's also just worth having Resi 7 on the flat screen too. The Light Brigade is also on sale for £13.99. That's an absolute steal for a game that I absolutely adore. It's a roguelike, but it's best in class, to be honest, and I love revisiting this one. It's really dark and depressing and moody, but so addictive. A game that I'll cautiously recommend is Happyfunland. It's down to £14, which really isn't too bad. The game doesn't look the best, and also wasn't really that scary, but what I feel like it did do very well was encapsulate the feeling of being in a theme park after hours that's been closed down for ages. I do love urban exploring, that's why I love Phasmophobia, and certain parts of Resident Evil in VR really capture me when they send me into abandoned places, and Happyfunland does also capture that feeling pretty well. However, the writing I don't think is very good, and overall I wasn't really impressed with this one as a complete package, but if you're really looking for a horror game that takes place in an abandoned theme park, this might be your only option, and on sale, maybe it's worth a go. Next up, VR Skater is £10.19. This is a massive discount from its original £30 price point. It's a really fun game, very hard, but very rewarding when you get it right. It's also on PS Plus Premium though, so if you've got that, you'll have access to it anyway. Both Red Matter games are also on sale for £24.74, down from $33. Really worth it, some of the best looking games on the headset, Red Matter 2 especially, it's just fantastic looking. If you like space or puzzle games, or just incredible visuals, please go and pick these up. Retropolis 2 is on sale for half price at £10, and this noir detective game, featuring robots in this steampunk setting, honestly drew me in more than I thought it would, and at this price I'd say if you're a fan of this sort of game, give it a go. Mixture is also on sale for £9.59, a bit of a Moss-like game with more of a darker and mature tone. Despite its visuals not really being as bright or vibrant or encapsulating as Moss or Max Mustard, I did find myself enjoying this one throughout my playthrough, so at £9.59, I'd say give it a go if you like that sort of game. Just expect something a little bit more mature and overall less polished than Max Mustard, I'd say, in terms of its animations, visuals, etc. From a solo indie dev, System Critical 2 is also £3.99, which I'd say is very worth it to give it a go. It's touted as sort of a Mega Man inspired game, where you're dodging bullet hell attacks, taking on loads of enemies throughout a variety of levels, and it definitely feels indie. You can probably tell from the footage you're seeing on screen right now, but if you know what you're getting into, you'll probably have a lot of fun with it, and at this price, it's definitely worth checking out. Okay, that's all the games on the PS Store right now that are on sale for PSVR 2 that I've personally played and really enjoyed, or at least would happily recommend to a certain type of gamer. Please let me know if there are any titles that are on this list that you haven't picked up, that you are looking to do so now, or any games that you'd love to see on a sale in the future. Thank you to our patrons and YouTube members, all of which are on screen right now. Without them, I wouldn't be able to do any of this, so please read all those names and appreciate them because they are fantastic people. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one.